What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series, Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. So for me, Empire of Storms is most prominently like a transitioning book. This is all of the threads coming together. This is all of the game pieces getting in position, getting us ready for like final battle in the game territory that we're moving into in Kingdom of Ash. In this book, we do see Aelin going back to Terrasen and finding out that the lords do not accept her reign and are not going to support her in this war. So it is up to Aelin to rally her own allies, and that's exactly what she does. She calls in every favor, every debt owed to her, and they all come together to help fight for her at the end of this book. And those allies do include Ansel of Briarcliff, who has gone back, retaken her kingdom, and has been declared Queen of the Waste. We have the Pirate Lord Rolf and the Mycenians, who's actually the heir of the Mycenians. There is a little bit more that goes into that, but all that you need to know is that they do rally behind Aelin. We've got the Silent Assassins, and we also have the Ash River Cousins over in Windland. We also get a lot of big reveals and revelations in this book, and the first of which is Manon's backstory and her true heritage. So we've known her as the heir to the Blackbeak Coven. She's an Iron Teeth witch, and the Iron Teeth have been like hunting the Crochans to death. They have this weird like war going on between these witch clans, and they want to control the Waste. They want to take back their homeworld. Well, as it turns out, Manon is actually the last true Crochan queen, descendant from the first one, Rhiannon Crochan. And what's interesting is that she was conceived to be this piece, this like bringer of hope, to bring the Iron Teeth and the Crochans together so that they could return home and take back their homeland. But her grandmother, the matron of the Blackbeak clan, would not stand for that, so she killed Manon's mother and her father and raised Manon as a Blackbeak, as the Blackbeak heir, and honed her into this monster, this killing machine who has killed many Crochans, including her half-sister. So this pill was very heavy for Manon to swallow, and this whole thing like completely blows up, and it results in her and the 13 fleeing from Morath. She gets separated from them, but she does eventually meet back up with Aelin and Dorian's party. We also get to spend a lot more time with Elide and Lorcan in this book, and Lorcan is somebody who I absolutely adore. He is on a redemption arc. He is our sad, like, emo boy who just wants to be happy, and he starts to fall in love with Elide, and it's so amazing because he's with her because he's looking for the word keys. Little does he know, she has one and he does not. But as they travel together, she really teaches him a lot about life and kind of like what he's missing out on, and he kind of starts to hope again, and he starts to rally behind Elide, and it's really beautiful because she offers him a home back in Paranth, and the way things kind of turn out for them isn't necessarily the best, but I ship it so hard, and I cannot wait to see where that is going to go in the coming books. We also had Morath go and take over Rifthold, which drove Dorian out of his home, and all of these acts are driving all of our characters to converge. So by the end of this book, everybody is together except for Chaol and Nezrin because they're still in the southern continent. That's what goes on in Tower of Dawn. But everybody has come together. We are all down in Elway at the Stone Marshes because Aelin was visited by the ghost of Brennan, the original Firebringer, and was told that she was to go there to find the lock, because finding the word keys isn't going to be enough. She has to have the lock so that she can bind the keys to that to seal the word gates for good. But when they get to the Stone Marshes, they don't find the lock. Instead, they find a witch glass. And what these witches' glasses are is that they hold power so that they can be used as weapons, they can hold knowledge, all of that kind of stuff. This one holds memories, and it's revealed to them that only Aelin and Manon, only fire and iron coming together, can reveal the knowledge that is held inside of this mirror. And what they learn inside this mirror is very heavy and it's very intense. We learn almost everything that we need to know going into Endgame, and it's very intense. So back when this war was originally being fought, it wasn't just Erewhon that they were trying to send back through the Word Gate. Brennan had made a deal with the gods because the gods have also been trapped in the mortal world and they want to return home as well. And he, working with Rhiannon Crochan, the queen of the witch clans, created this thing called the Lock that he was going going to use to send them all back into their other dimension, and this would kill him. It was going to take all of his life force in order to do this. Well, as they're fighting this war, Elena doesn't know that. Elena just knows that her people are dying, and her father won't use the lock to stop it because it wasn't yet time for him to seal Erewhon away. So she steals the lock and seals Erewhon within a tomb, not banishing him. And this lock, this original lock, is actually the Eye of Elena, and the Eye of Elena is actually a witch's symbol, so that's a little bit interesting in there. But the gods are outraged by this. They feel cheated out of their deal, and instead they tell Elena that the price that she's going to pay for this is that she has just forced this war onto her heirs. Somebody else is going to inherit this because it will all happen again. All of the players will gather, the lock will be reforged, somebody will give their life, and everybody will finally get to go back through the word gate. And Elena, even though she will die at some point, is going to be the one to shepherd her heir to this fate. So they're basically telling her that she is going to raise a lamb for slaughter. And that lamb is Aelin. Aelin had kind of started to figure out that she was going to die, that Nameless is the price. Nameless is the mark of Brennan. She is the price of this war. So she had kind of already started to think that this could be the case. And now knowing that she is going to be charged with forging this new lock, she's going to have to give her life for it. She's finally come to terms with it, and she's willing to do it. She's willing to die to keep everything that she's built alive. And the biggest thing is that she's not going to tell anybody that she's going to do that. The only people who would know would be Manon, because she's watching this happen as well, and Lysandra, because she has tasked Lysandra with becoming Aelin whenever Aelin dies, basically killing both of them, which is just absolutely devastating. But that's not all. She also learns that Nehemia had read the signs, she'd followed the clues, she went to the Stone Marshes, she thought that maybe she was the foretold one that would bring an end to this darkness, but that wasn't her fate. Her fate was to go into her enemy's territory, befriend Celaena Sardathian, kill herself so that Celaena would break and Aelin the Firebringer would be born again. And she knew this. She went to Adarlan knowing that she was going to die, and it really weighs on Celaena. And then the last thing that they are shown in this vision is the location of the third ward key. So at this point, Aelin has two of them because they did meet up with Elide, so now they know where to go to find the third one. All they really need to do is figure out how to forge the lock, and they do know that all it's going to take is fire and iron working together. When Manon and Aelin step back out of the Witch's Glass, there is this huge naval battle going on because Maeve has showed up, and Maeve has timed her arrival absolutely perfectly because Aelin has been using a lot of magic up until this point, and she's basically drained. She doesn't have anything left, so she's not able to fight Maeve. Maeve timed this absolutely perfectly, and Maeve wins. Maeve takes Aelin prisoner, she shoves her into an iron coffin and disappears with her. But before that happens, she tells her basically her grand scheme. She has been playing the long game here. She wants to wield the keys in one hand and Aelin Firebringer in the other, making her basically the most powerful being in the entire world. And she even knew that Aelin and Rowan were going to be mates, and she wielded that to her advantage. She tricked Rowan into thinking that he'd already found and lost his mate, breaking him so completely that he would tie himself down to Maeve so that when Aelin came, she would do anything to stay with him. She tells Aelin that they would have had 1,000 years together, her and her mate, but instead, that's not going to happen. Instead, she's going to either die forging this lock if she can get free of Maeve, or she's going to be Maeve's prisoner for the rest of her life. And Aelin accepts this. She knows that she can't beat Maeve. She goes with her. And when she disappears, that seems to be the end of it. She doesn't think anybody's going to come for her. But she has grossly underestimated her friends because they are willing to do anything in order to get her back. So at the end of this book, where we are going into Kingdom of Ash, we have Aelin somewhere with Maeve, locked in this iron coffin, and we have Elide, Lorcan, Gavriel, and Rowan, who are all setting off trying to find her. They don't even know where to start, but they know that they're going to try to bring her back. We have Dorian and Manon, who are going to be looking for the last word key. They might even forge the lock, I'm not sure, because what's also interesting is that Elena's heir isn't just through the Galathinius line, it doesn't just lead to Aelin, it also leads to Dorian. So one of them is going to die in order to banish all of this awfulness back to the realm that it came from. So I don't really know where that's going to be going, but that is what we're setting up. And then we also have Lysandra, who has disguised herself as Aelin by now, with Aedion and the rest of their allies going to Terrasen in order to start the war with Morath. And it's unbelievably, like, devastating. The first time I read this book, I didn't cry. This time I cried a lot, and I even cried trying to talk out this episode because it's even hard for me to talk about right now because I feel it so deeply. But we're in for quite a doozy when it comes to Kingdom of Ash because we have no guaranteed survivals. But there is still one final piece of the puzzle missing, and that's what we'll be getting in Tower of Dawn, which we'll be talking about next. There are a lot of other things that happen in this book that I couldn't include in this video. If you would like to fill in the gaps for anybody, you can do so down in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!